I'm JB Portillo. Welcome to In the Know, a POA-sponsored program to help keep you informed of all projects and events going on in our area. At the beginning of each month, we will post this program on the POA's Facebook site and make it available to the community television station. We hope you enjoy being in the know. Welcome! We're here again with In the Know, and today our guest is Tom Judson.
Thank you.
And we have another guest today.
Yes, we do.
Dean Rawlings.
Yes.
And I'm excited because it's all about the disc golf.
Which is something really cool to hear about.
Yes.
Something new.
Absolutely. Well, let's jump right in. You know, something I'm kind of excited about is I like the fact that we've added this new segment called You're Celebrating Success into this. So, recently, you had a very worthy young man.
So it's Eric Fitzhugh, who works out at Lake Point. And actually, you were the one that sent in the recognition.
Well, you know what? He deserved it. We put him through his paces, bless his heart. He smiled the whole time. And we had a video we needed to play for the garden club. It was for the luncheon for the garden club. And he just saved the day.
Fantastic.
He saved the day, and we so appreciate him.
We hear about that quite often. He does a great job working with wedding parties, with business meetings, and so forth. Between him and Kelly,
yes,
they are a fantastic duo.
Yes, I agree. And you also know, I believe, I don't know if you know this or not, but the TV station actually pedals forward the arrangements that Just Pedaling sends us, and Kelly won that.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very
At the
good.
same time. So they both were celebrated on the same day.
Great. I like that.
Absolutely. Okay, so I believe we have a new board member.
Yes. So we had an opening on the board, and so the board sent out a notice, and we received 12 applicants.
Wow.
Yeah, very impressive. As it turns out, they only interviewed 10. One individual dropped at the last minute, and another individual was not able to make the interview.
Okay.
So they interviewed 10 candidates, and they selected Mike Abb. Now, Mike Abb, you might remember his name because he had ran for the board this last election. He didn't get on the board, but they interviewed him, and they felt that his experience was really good and that he would be an asset to the board. And he will serve until till the next election.
Okay.
So it's an interim board position.
Well, you know, knowing what little I know about him, I know he's very active in Northwest Arkansas, and I think he's going to bring a fresh new look.
I hope
perspective.
so. Yes.
Yes.
I hope so.
So you always want a board that's very diverse.
Very good. And we're actually, today we're doing new board member orientation, and he's attending, and we're actually inviting existing board members to attend also so that they can get up to speed as quickly as possible.
Excellent, excellent. That's awesome. Okay, well, tomorrow is the big 4th of July. So what's going on here?
Well, it's actually the big celebration for us is
tonight.
Today is July 3rd. And so Lake Point is having a huge barbecue, huge buffet. They've already sold out. They sold out last week, I think. So they're doing fantastic, and you can't get a better location to watch the fireworks than right there at Lake Point. It's going to be fantastic. Now, also down at Lomond Park, the Bella Vista City Arts Council is putting on a blues festival. And that starts, oh boy, I shouldn't say, 5 o'clock I think it starts. And they're going to have 2 bands, and then the fireworks are going to be shot off from the dam at Loch Lomond soon after 9 o'clock, once it gets really dark.
You know, I don't know if drones actually work in the dark, but wouldn't it be cool to see a drone picture of Lake Point and the Blues Festival and all the boats out in the water?
I like that.
And I'm going to be sitting at Lake Point with a glass of wine. I'm not.
Oh, so you're one of the people
I
that...
am one of them.
Fantastic.
So
Fantastic.
I like that. It's fun.
Yeah, I was very pleased how we sold out.
Yeah. Okay, well, I know that tomorrow, the actual 4th of July, there are other things going on at the pool and
That's
the beach.
correct. So at the beach, and I hope you go out. I don't know if you've been out there, but if you haven't been out there, you got to go out.
Okay.
The team did a fantastic job creating the beach, and it's been so well received. So for July 4th, we're going to have Sandfest. We're going to have contests, games, prizes. It's going to be a great family experience. And then at the pools, we're going to have similar things. We're going to have contests and games again, and prizes going on at both pools, both at Reardon and at Metfield. So if you want to jump in the water and have some fun with the kids and everything, come on out. We appreciate it.
And it's all about family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. But also, the restaurant here at the Bella Vista Bar and Grill, you're open all day.
Absolutely, because we want to make sure we take care of all our guests. Now that is one change. We're going to be open all day here at BV's, but Lake Point will be closed on the 4th.
Yes.
Because we know that the event that takes place tonight on the 3rd is going to just wipe out our employees.
Yes.
And chances are, what typically happens is when we have a big day, then the next day is just nothing at all. So we figured that it just made sense to give the employees the day off.
Well, and this new restaurant is so much fun.
We're doing so well.
I think I've eaten everything on the menu, and I'm still not tired of it. It's good stuff.
Very good.
Very good stuff. Okay, so I think also on the 10th of July, the golf committee, the one that the board is going out to and ask questions.
So the board wants to take a little bit different approach with regards to what's going to happen with the golf courses, specifically Birksdale, Kingswood, and so forth. And a lot of this comes from the rumors that have been going around about we're going to close Kingsdale any minute now, and those are just not valid rumors. But the board wants to get the input from the community, and so they've asked the golf committee to create a task force, because right now the golf committee is actually rolling over into a new year, and so they've decided to create a task force, and they want to get input from the entire community regarding what is going to be the strategy regarding these golf courses. Now, it's got to be reasonable. We have to be realistic about the flooding, and we have to be realistic about the decrease in rounds that we've experienced over the last 10 years. But we still want input from the community, and so the golf committee is holding an open meeting on the 10th.
Well, I really like the way the write-up went to the golf committee, because it gave everybody a little bit of a history. It's like, this is what was decided. This is a potential addition or a little bit of a change. I like that, because that way it's fresh in everybody's mind, and I like the public input part. That's really good.
But and we really, the board and management really went back and forth on how to write that letter. Should we just go to the community with a blank piece of paper and say, give us input? Or should we give some guidance and give our thoughts, our initial thoughts, not that they're set in stone, but give them some initial thoughts and to work off of those initial thoughts. So you can argue that we should have gone to the community with a blank piece of paper, but we felt that we needed to give some guidance.
Okay, well, whatever. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an interesting meeting.
Yeah. I mean, I really encourage as many people to show up as possible to voice their input, and then what will happen is the golf committee then will formalize some recommendations, and then they will issue those to the board. And
the board will make the final vote.
Ultimately, it's a board decision.
Okay.
But the board wants to listen to the input of the community.
Right. Rightfully so.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. So now, my favorite part, latest rumor.
The latest rumor. So we have two. We
probably have more, but we're going to talk about two.
I'm sure. Yeah, I know. We can go on to Facebook and get another dozen in 5 minutes if we want. So the latest one, and this is a reoccurring one. Lake Point's going to close any day now. There is no basis of fact, nothing Our wedding business, our banquet business is doing very well. Our restaurant, it's doing okay. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It needs to improve a little bit, but it's not horrible. And there is no basis of fact that Lake Point is closing.
But perhaps it's that people are still not getting a full understanding of the difference between Bella Vista Bar and Grill and Lake Point, because Lake Point's really an event center. Correct. And you're not open all the time, but that's the way it's an event center.
Right, and so people will come into Lake Point and we'll do 100, 150 covers in a night, and that seems slow to people, where we'll do 400 covers, customers covers. We'll do 400 customers at BV's, and so they'll go to one and then go to the other and say, oh, it's so slow. But actually the dollars are about similar.
Oh.
So there's no basis of fact. We're not closing it. We did not go through the effort of renovating this restaurant to throw it away after a year. We're doing fine. We're doing fine.
Well, one of the really cool things is if this place is full, we have another alternative.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, all right. So you have another one.
We have another one.
Yes.
So this one, and I threw you a curveball last month.
Are you going to do that again?
And I'm going to throw you another curveball. So this rumor is based in fact.
Oh.
Okay. This one based in fact. So a property owner came to me and said, we're having secret meetings to develop plans for a community center.
Who's we?
Well, so here's the interesting thing.
Okay.
It was on the budget to develop the initial plans for a community center.
Yes, I remember.
It was on the budget. The budget is available on our website. Mm-hmm. We had a public meeting. We presented it to the community. So the community has known about this, or could have known about this, since the end of last year. Mm-hmm. And so people, now that we're having a meeting coming up where we're seeking input, so on July 23rd at 6 p.m. at Reardon Hall, and at July 24th at 8 a.m. at Reardon Hall, we're going to have an open meeting and talk about the initial plans regarding a new community center. And so when people come up and say that we've been having these secret meetings, I'm like,
oh, okay.
No, we've been very open and honest about this. We've been talking about this for months and months. And once again, similar in regard, is we're coming to the community with some plans already made up. They're not set in stone, mm-hmm. but we're not going to the community with a blank sheet of paper.
Right.
We're coming to the community with some work already done so that we can narrow the focus, get input from the community, and see where we go. Now, the board has not finalized if we're going to do the community center. This is all preliminary work. Remember, a community center is a huge undertaking. It's a multi-year undertaking, so we have a lot of work more to do, but we want the input from the community. I keep on saying that in multiple topics. We want the input from the community.
Because that's who we represent.
Absolutely.
Yes, I understand. Okay, so that ought to be another interesting meeting.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to just spend a lot of time. I do anyway, but that's
Absolutely.
okay. That's okay. All right. Now, also, I think, I want to go back to Lake Point for just one second. Didn't you say Jim is developing some new menus very soon?
This is correct. The middle of July, Jerry is going to be coming out with...
Jerry, sorry.
That's all right. He's going to be coming out with some additions to the menu. We felt the menu was a little bit short and needed a little bit more selections. And a lot of these additional selections are going to be on the lower price range.
Okay.
And what we've been doing over the last week or so is we've been demoing the menu with some of our customers.
Okay.
So we've been showing it to customers at Lake Point. What do you think? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to pick some of our regulars that come out, and because we want to make sure they continue to be regulars and they don't dislike the menu, but also are there additional things on the new menu that appeal to the community. So we're getting input, once again, we're getting input
Yes.
from the community regarding the changes that we're making.
Okay, very good. Well, I really have enjoyed talking to you today.
Fantastic.
We've got so many things coming up.
A lot of stuff. Well, it's summertime, so there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on all at the same time.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and I will see you probably next month, and now I think we're going to talk to Dean.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Good deal.
Hi there, we're back, and our guest today is Dean Rawlings, and he's the branch manager at, the branch manager, you're at Branchwood.
Branchwood.
Manager. Yes, and we're going to talk about something that I've been curious about now for the longest time. Disc golf.
Yes, I'm glad we're here to talk about it because we
Yeah.
are really excited about the course. I'm sure as most people know, we just installed a new disc golf course out of Branchwood. And disc golf, for those who don't know, it's a lot like traditional golf. The point is to get an object in a target. With golf, you're putting a ball in a hole. With disc golf, a disc in a basket. Just like golfers have many different clubs for different shots, disc golf, you can have several different discs in your bag.
Really?
To throw different shots, yes.
Different sizes?
There are different weights, there are different shapes, they fly a little bit differently. If you need it to curve to the left, curve to the right, you can do that with several different types of discs. One of the great things, though, is beginners really only need 1 or 2 discs in their bag to play around. When you factor that in, with the course being free to play, it's a very economical pastime.
And that is a key point. It's free to play.
Yeah, so it's great for families. It's really not an easier way to go have a great day, spend time with your family for essentially no cost. I know me, I have kids, I have a wife, and that's one thing we love to do on a Saturday is not spend any money, go out, go be outside, be in nature, and play with the family.
So it's kind of like a frisbee. A disc is.
It is similar to a Frisbee. I do not recommend going and playing with a Frisbee. It would
Okay.
be very difficult. I know I learned that one the hard way when I first played many years ago. But yeah, it's similar to a Frisbee, a little different shape. It's going to fly a little bit better.
Okay, so 18 holes?
18 holes, yes. We're actually, there are less than 10 18-hole courses in Northwest Arkansas, and we are lucky enough to have one of them. There are several 9-hole courses in the area, but we think our 18-hole course is pretty unique to the rest of the courses that we have here in Northwest Arkansas.
I tell you, I was walking the dogs on the trail the other day, and I saw some of the layouts. I'm like, really? You have to get from here through those trees over there to that?
Yeah, we were able to, when we laid the course out, cut into the woods, and we have several wooded holes. You get up to the tee box and you think, where am I supposed to throw? But you can find a way. We like that we offer a different challenge than
Right.
most courses do.
Well, I know Branchwood is closed for renovation right now, but where do you get the disc? Do you bring your own, or?
Yeah, so people will be bringing their own. When Branchwood does reopen, we will sell some discs there, and we actually just started selling, luckily we were able to get some custom stamped Branchwood logo discs that we're actually selling right now if you want something that's commemorative, just to celebrate the course, or simply have a disc to go play with.
So where do you get those?
You can get those by contacting me, or you can get those at Branchwood when we reopen.
And they can find you on the POA website?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Just send me an email and I'll help you out. If you don't know what you're asking for, I'm happy to help.
Okay, I noticed out to, if you're facing Branchwood and off to the left, there's like a, looks like almost like a sand pit. Is that like a practice
Oh, so
spot?
the sand pit with the, you see the retaining wall stones
Yeah.
out there? So that was an idea I had fairly late in the process of designing the course. I thought, why don't we just make this much harder on ourselves? I thought, you see in golf courses, they'll have an island hole completely surrounded by water where you really get on the golfer's nerves and they have to hit that island or they're out of bounds. We don't have water out of Branchwood, and I don't want people losing disc in water, but we thought, let's make an island hole. So essentially from that tee box, if you don't land on the green, you're out of bounds.
So it's not a practice thing, it's part of the...
It's actually hole 18. It's the last hole on our course. We have our own island hole. if
Okay.
you will, yeah.
I can't wait. I mean, I am so uncoordinated, but I'm going to go try it anyway, just for fun.
Oh, it'll be a great fun. It's,
Yeah.
everybody from a young kid to seniors in our area can enjoy the course. It's a great hike around the course if you enjoy that with all the hills and the trail.
Yeah.
But it's really a great lifetime pastime.
So the two ball-like things that cross the walkway, that's where you...
That's the tee box, yeah. So luckily Branchwood used to be a golf course, and I was able to find those in storage that we had the old Branchwood tee markers, so I repurposed those. I thought it would be a kind of a great tribute to what the property used to be used for.
Okay, community, you know I have challenged Tom to do the zip line. I think I'm going to challenge Tom to go out and do the disc golf.
I would love to play around with them. Maybe we can put some money on that game.
There you go. I'll lose, but I don't care. I'll have a good time. That's what it's all about. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, because I don't know what this is.
Okay.
Innova
Champion Discs. Yeah,
Yes.
so they are the #1 brand in disc golf. They're the largest supplier of discs, baskets, course manufacturing of all kinds. We were lucky enough to work with them through every step of this process through Ray Moore. He volunteered his time as an Innova team member and Innova ambassador. He helped me every step of the way designing and laying out the course. So through that partnership with Ray and Innova, we were able to have the best baskets on the market on our course. They supplied us with the custom Branchwood discs, the T-signs that we're going to have on the course soon. And it's really been a great process. That the course would not be what it is today without that partnership. And to talk a little bit more about Ray Moore.
Yes.
He is the former president of the largest disc golf club in Northwest Arkansas. He did design and install work for a course in Fayetteville, Waxhaw's disc golf course. He's put in several 9-hole courses in the area. He really is a big reason why disc golf is blowing up in the region. So thankfully, I was in touch with him last fall, and we've been working tirelessly on the layout of the course, making sure that we got the most out of this piece of property, because we really feel like it can be the premier course in Northwest Arkansas when all is said and done.
You're excited about this.
I've wanted this ever since I started here at the POA.
That's fantastic. Yes. That's fantastic. So let's recap just a little bit. Why are we unique? We have a unique course.
Absolutely, yes. We have all the hills and valleys in Bella Vista, and this Branchwood is no exception to that.
Right.
Just the changes in elevation out at the course, the fact that we have so many trees and such a beautiful plot of land, no one else can really match that. So we have the holes, like you mentioned earlier, going through the woods where it's hard to find a shot. Even our big, longer holes for someone who wants to pull out a driver and see how far they can throw a disc. There's trees lining every fairway. Accuracy is a big part of the game out there at Branchwood.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I have learned so much today, and, I may go out there by myself so nobody can see me because I'm, kind of like, I don't know if I can do this or not, but I bet you'll see me out there.
I can't wait.
Okay, thank you for being my guest today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Thanks for listening, folks, and, join us next time for In the Know.